Welcome to KELA's Let's Talk About It, coming to you live from the KELA Lucky Eagle Casino and Hotel Broadcast Studio in Centralia. Join us for a discussion on a variety of topics of interest to Southwest Washington area listeners. Keep our listener call-in and text line handy, 330-5352. That's 330-KELA. Views expressed on the show are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of the station, management, or advertisers. Daily programs are recorded for playback, podcasts, and promotional purposes. And now, let's talk about it.
Welcome back to the Let's Talk About It show here on AM1470 KELA and KELAAM.com. I'm your host, Peter Abbarno, today with a special edition of the Let's Talk About It show. It is a special Miss edition, the annual interview of Miss Lewis County and Miss Lewis County Teen. I have Madeline Scalici, Miss Lewis County here, who's going to be talking all about how she got involved in the Miss Lewis County Scholarship Program. And I'm also going to have Hailey Sturdevant, Miss Lewis County Teen, talking about how she got involved and a little bit about their background. So stay tuned throughout the whole program to learn more, not about just Hailey and Madeline, but about the whole program. And maybe you know somebody who wants to get involved. Maybe you are someone who wants to get involved as a volunteer, sponsor, or maybe the next Miss or Miss Teen. So with me today, let's start off with Madeline Scalici. Madeline, welcome to the show today.
Hi, Peter. Thank you so much for having me on today. I'm Madeline Scalici, the 2025 Miss Lewis County.
Yeah, and it's exciting to have you on. So this is one of my favorite shows because we get to learn all about you, the pageant, the program, what it means to you. So let's start off with, tell us a little bit about your background, your family. Who are you?
Of course. So I am currently 19. I am going to Centralia College. I previously have been studying business, but I believe I'm going to go into nursing and probably follow in my mom's footsteps. She's an OB-GYN, but I really want to go into labor and delivery room nursing. In my spare time, I'm usually hanging out with my friends when I have time. I'm often working or now pretty busy with Miss Lewis County.
So how do you like going to Centralia College?
I really like it. I like staying local, and I think it was the best option for me. I was really scared going out of senior year thinking I'm not going to this big college, but it was the right choice for me to stay home, stay with my support system, and figure out what I really wanted to do.
And it's an amazing campus. I mean, and to be a trailblazer, it's got a cool mascot.
It definitely does, and
Yeah.
It's a beautiful campus, and there's so many beautiful buildings, and they have a lot of really amazing technology there and amazing teachers.
So you talked about your parents, Tony and Jennifer.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tony and Jennifer. So you want to go in follow your mom's footsteps and be what is she, an OBGYN?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. Big change from business to medicine.
Yes, very big.
Yeah.
Very big change. I've always been like a business inclined person, and my parents are now business owners themselves. And I think I'll always have a drive to be an entrepreneur, but I also love helping people. And my mom has inspired me so much with how many people she's helped and how many people love her and just the care that she showed them. I want to show people that care, especially women, and support them through one of the most amazing things in life, in my opinion, which is creating life.
Yeah. And it's great that you want to do something that gives back and has meaning. But it's also cool that, there's no reason you can't wear more than one hat or more than one crown, maybe, I don't know, business as well as go into medicine and helping people, because it really fits into your community service initiative that I know I've had Blue Zones on this show before, and it's just really neat. Anybody who's got Netflix, you can look it up. It's really cool. So tell us a little bit about the Blue Zones and your initiative.
Of course. Blue Zones are places around the world. There's currently 5, and they are sadly going away as time goes on. They are places around the world that have the highest amount of centenarians, which are people who live to 100 or over that. And Dan Buettner, the one who started Blue Zones, he's a researcher. He's been studying this most of his life, most of his career. And he wanted to figure out what caused these people to live so long and what common practices that contributed to their longevity. So Blue Zones is about those common practices, which is diet, community, exercise, and just living the fullest life that you can.
Yeah, and what was really interesting about Blue Zones, and I'm so happy you picked it as one of your initiatives. It's about having meaning in life, and it was really interesting to learn about the different factors that lead into Blue Zones, but how, mimicking some of those areas, you can have not just live longer lives, but live healthier lives.
I think that living a happy life leads to living a healthy life. And one of my favorite facts that I've recently learned through Blue Zones is that laughing can contribute. Like if you have really good actual laughs, it can make you live 4 years longer.
So
it can increase your life expectancy by 4 years.
So everybody around me is going to live longer because of me.
110%.
I think so. I mean, that's what I would say. And if you're just tuning in to Let's Talk About It here on AM1470 KELA or KELAAM.com, maybe you're streaming. Really special show today. We've got Miss Lewis County, Madeline Scalici, and I'm going to introduce Miss Lewis County teen, Hailey Sturdevant. Hailey, how are you?
I'm doing good, Peter. Thanks for having me.
So tell me a little bit about your background. Tell me about, your family, what you're doing.
Well, I live at home with my mom and my two beautiful cats.
Yeah. What are their names?
Mercury and Chopper.
And what's your mom's name?
Lenny.
Lenny, Mercury, and Chopper. And Hailey.
Yes, of course.
All right.
I would love to pursue any career in food when I'm older, whether it's food business, food science, or helping people get the proper nutrition they need, because living a happy life is, of course, a healthy life as well, like Madeline said. I'm really excited to share what things I do and what my initiatives are and what I plan to do in the future.
Well, I really like the fact that you have very similar initiatives, but different.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, different takes on it. And you and I were talking a little bit before the show about food as medicine. And that's something that I've always preached, that, if you take care of your body, it becomes preventative medicine. And
Absolutely.
That's really a lot about what your initiative's about.
Yes, I believe treating the root cause and living routines that support a healthy lifestyle that perfectly coincides with Madeline's CSI is the key to staying healthy and being happy as a whole.
Yeah. And so we just talked about Madeline attending Centralia College. It's my understanding that you've got a little crimson in you. Tell me about where you go to school and, what you're studying, what you like. And you also, I think, work at a business at school, too.
Yes,
Tell
I
us
do.
about that.
I go to WFS High School. I'm also a part-time running START student. And so that means I also go to Centralia College with Madeline as well. And what I do inside of my school is that I study business, specifically entrepreneurship. And so with that, we have partnered with Lewis County Coffee and made a coffee shop inside of our high school. It's called the Crimson and Gray, where students build their job skills and they learn how to make drinks and prepare food safely and customer service and how to handle money and how to clean and learn these important life skills that is essential to get a job. And as the president of the club there, I have learned management skills that help me build human resources skills so I can learn to communicate more effectively with people and lead a team very effectively.
So, Hailey, did you and Madeline know each other before you ran?
Yes, we did. We went to school together.
Really, and it's really interesting because you have very similar backgrounds. Now, that might be the judges just liking you two and your backgrounds, but business backgrounds as well as health, nutrition, at least initiatives. It's kind of interesting that happened, that you were crowned teen and Madeline Miss Lewis County, but you both have business and nutrition.
Absolutely. I think also both of us being sponsored by Lewis County Coffee is a great way to show how important it is to our community locally and also to Washington State and America as a whole.
So, Hailey, tell me a little bit about when somebody comes up to order a drink, which one is the one that you're like, oh, please don't order that again? Which is the hardest or one you don't want to make? I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't taste bad or good. I mean, I'm sure it tastes amazing. Lewis County Coffee is great. The creamery is right across the street from the radio station. Love it. But which is the one you're like, oh, please don't order this?
All of them are pretty simple, but we do have slightly different drinks because we have to follow the food guidelines to be able to serve inside of a high school. But the one I don't like making the most is probably chai lattes, because you have to whisk it a lot to get the powder all like incorporated so it's not chunky.
Yeah, so that's the one. So, but what do you think the most popular one that you make?
Our Bearcat Lotus for sure.
Well, probably because you're at WF
Yes.
West, right?
And it's delicious.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. So what made you want to run for the title of Miss Lewis County Teen?
When I was younger, I would go to the fair and I would see Little Miss Friendly handing out stickers. And I went to a demolition derby and I saw Miss Lewis County waving in one of those beat up cars. And I was like, that's a princess. I want to be a princess because I love dressing up and getting all dolled up and pretty. And, you know, if that is a way to expand my initiative, then absolutely I can do both at the same time.
That's pretty awesome. And if you're just tuning in to Let's Talk About It here on AM1470 and KELA and KELAAM.com, I'm your host, Peter Abbarno, and my special guest today, Miss Lewis County, Madeline Scalici, and Miss Lewis County Teen, Hailey Sturdevant. And Hailey, I mean, but you watch them sweat. I mean, the fairs are long. You're going to be there every single day, but you still looked at them and you looked up to them as like the princess.
Absolutely.
But it's more than just that. I mean, you do real work. I mean, even your initiative proves that it's beyond just beauty.
I'm prepared for it. Absolutely. I think giving myself up to this cause that I believe so much in is a big part of why I do this. Of course, one of the 4 points of the crown is service.
Yeah. And the other is style, which you said you like to dress up. So that's probably your favorite one.
It is.
It is, I'm sure. And Madeline, let's talk to you a little bit about, what made you want to run for Miss Lewis County?
So the first time I actually saw Miss Lewis County, I think it was in 2016. I went with my babysitter and she brought me to the pageant and it just inspired me since then. And I always joke, me and my mom always joke that I've been prepping for this since I was little. And my mom was a beauty queen in California. And it was always like the expectation and the dream that I would get here. And I'm so blessed and I'm really proud of myself for being able to talk to you today and wear this crown. And this program has taught me so much. Hailey and I both ran last year for Miss Lewis County and Miss Lewis County's teen, and I have grown so incredibly much through this program. My confidence has skyrocketed, and you can talk to any of the board members. They've seen it, and it's done so much for me as a person, and I recommend it to so many other girls about how much I love this program. So that's how I got into this.
Well, and you touched on something that I thought was pretty cool, and I've said this over and over again. What's great about the Miss Lewis County Scholarship Program is the bonds you make. It turns into a sorority of girls who support each other. It's not backbiting. It's not fighting. You all support each other. You're friends during and then after, which is really neat how you end up all hanging out afterwards and supporting each other. Is that how this group ended up, following in those same footsteps?
Definitely. It's such an amazing environment, and you are surrounded by powerful and empowering women. And I have changed so much, and I know other girls have changed so much from this program, and just being there and supporting each other and encouraging each other day after day, practice after practice, getting ready for competition. And I'm still friends with all of the girls that I've competed with.
So we talked a little bit about your initiative and, your family and background and why you wanted to run, but let's talk about your talent. Because I've seen almost every talent. I've seen people shoot things, which I think is banned now. I don't know. There was the bow and arrow stuff, and I'm like, I would definitely not want to be on the stage as the announcer just in case. What was your talent?
My talent was a her story, which is pretty new in the Miss America organization. The contestant gets to make a speech or recite something that's powerful to her, and usually it's something about somebody's life, something that they've gone through. Last year I was able to talk about overcoming my eating disorder, and that was really powerful for me, and I know it helped and resonated with a lot of people. So I got to share part of my story, and this year I shared about my job at Lewis County Coffee. I work at the one in the hospital, and I get to share about how I'm able to change people's lives, and so many other people are able to change people's lives through simple interactions. So that's what my her story and my talent is about.
Well, we just heard about it. The smile and the laughter helps, right? I mean, it helps people live longer,
Yes,
and that's
it does.
part of the whole Blue Zones. It's all part of human interaction as well as nutrition and purpose in life. I mean, that's just all part of it.
100%. It's something that I feel like we've really disconnected from as a society in the last few years, especially with phones. And people aren't as willing to make connections with people. Like even when you're in the grocery store, or you're not willing to like go up and make conversation with people. And I'm sure all my friends find me really annoying because I like talking to people.
Well, I can tell you, as a new public figure in Lewis County, you will definitely be engaged quite often at the grocery store.
Probably.
Right? Yeah.
I'm waiting for that.
It'll happen. And so I mean, I asked Hailey the same thing. When you're making coffee, what's the most common drink that you make?
Oh, the most common drink?
Because you're at the hospital.
I'm at the hospital, so it's a lot of Americanos.
Yeah.
Because people just like their black coffee. A lot of Americanos, but we do make a lot of protein shakes recently, but a lot of Americanos.
Quad shot. That's what I do. No cream.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I could never.
Yeah, I'm kind of, I always call myself one of those campfire coffee drinkers. So the thicker, the stronger, the better. But towards the end, I do kind of get a little dizzy. But that's okay. You probably
not do that.
Shouldn't drive after a quad shot. What's the one that you are like, oh, please don't order
Peanut
that?
butter Big Train.
Why is that? Why is that the hard one to make?
Cleaning the blender is a pain in the butt and it gets messy. And especially when you don't get shots in them or when they get a lot of like protein in them, you just have to blend and blend and blend. And I really don't like it when people get impatient with me because I don't.
Because it takes a long time.
It does take a long time. And I'm like, I'm trying.
Well, at Lewis County Coffee, we have expectations. We're going to make it a good drink. So it's going to
exactly.
We got to get, so we'll be ready when it's ready.
Like Hailey said with the chais, like I'll be sitting there mixing and mixing and mixing. And I always have to be like, I'm so sorry, but like it's going to taste really good.
That's right. That's right.
It took a long time, but.
It take a while, but it'll be worth it.
It's
at
a
the
labor
end.
of love.
Have you ever worked at the creamery across the street here?
I haven't.
Yeah, I just went there. I went on a bike ride with my son, and we ended up getting the evergreen mint one, and I was like, and I got mango. It's so good. It's cool. I mean, I love that, and I love going to the station, you know, in the mornings on the weekend for coffee and sandwiches. So just a lot of fun. So, and it's great that they're a sponsor, and it's nice that you both work with Lewis County Coffee and for Lewis County Coffee, and they're willing to step up and sponsor their favorite employees.
Oh, I'm so incredibly grateful for Lewis County Coffee's support, and they've supported me through my whole journey, and they've made time for me at work, and they get to deal with my crazy schedule, but they are accommodating, and I've just received so much love and support from them, and I'm so grateful.
Yeah, but you're a good ambassador too.
Oh yes, I am. I'd like to think so.
Except for sending out the red flag on peanut butter big trains.
But they're so good.
But
so like I
good.
understand.
So order it anyway, but hey, be patient.
Do.
Right?
Yes.
So Hailey, talk to me a little bit about your talent. So what was your talent? Because I'm looking at this and it says painting. So how did that happen?
Well, growing up, I always wanted to dance, but I never got the chance to. And I wouldn't say I'm the best singer in the world. So I didn't really have a traditional talent to choose from, because going into the Miss Lewis County pageant last year, I was like, oh, I have to have a talent? Oh, what do I do? But I knew I had this love of painting because I would always follow Bob Ross tutorials.
He was awesome.
Yes. And I looked up pageant talents and speed painting popped up.
Ah.
And so I practiced for the pageant, and I did it. The first year I painted Marilyn Monroe, and then this past year I painted Jesus because I wanted to talk about my journey and how I found my confidence in my faith through him.
Good. That's awesome. And I remember both your talent and your talent last year when I was MC, and this year I wasn't able to, but I remember both of them. So both very talented, just really cool talents, non-traditional, but I think impacts not only obviously the audience, but the judges. And if you're just tuning in to Let's Talk About It here on AM1470 KELA and KELAAM.com, I'm your host, Peter Abbarno, and my special guest today, Miss Lewis County, Madeline Scalici, or you can call her Maddie. I'm going to call her Madeline because I think it's very royalty. And then Hailey Sturdevant, Miss Lewis County's teen, who just talked about her painting talent. And so your painting talent was Jesus, and it meant a lot to you. And do you get to talk about your painting as you're doing it?
Yes, I had a voiceover, and it helped me to time the painting so I could get it done on time.
Happy Sunday. Let's Talk About It Sunday. We'll be right back on KELA and KMNT after a word from our local sponsors.
Hey, it's your local real estate professional, Heather Stewart with Blade Realty. Real estate remains one of the most reliable paths to financial growth. With mortgage rates stabilizing and housing inventory still somewhat limited, it's an opportune time to invest. Home ownership isn't just about a place to live. It's a powerful tool for building your long-term wealth. If you're ready to start or plan to continue your journey toward financial freedom through real estate, let's connect and I'll help you open that door. Meet me at heatherstewartrealty.com.
Home Carpet Warehouse's huge truckload sale is on now. Check out this amazing sale on truckload prices that can save you hundreds, even thousands of dollars on your flooring project. Almost half-inch thick waterproof laminate is in stock and ready to take home today, saving you time and money. Home Carpet Warehouse's huge buying power can put you under budget on your remodel. Top it off with an area rug and transform that old space into your dream room or dream home. Want to go all out? Home Carpet Warehouse does custom tile showers, window coverings by Hunter Douglas, kitchen and bathroom cabinets, granite, quartz, Corian, and Formica countertops, plus solid and engineered hardwood floors. Wet wall shower composite for quick installation. Hundreds of in-stock carpet and vinyl rolls, plus a huge selection of remnants. Come check the huge truckload sale going on now at Home Carpet Warehouse and see why they've been voted the best of Lewis County for 21 straight years. Home Carpet Warehouse, where the guys guarantee a truckload of savings.
I think it's about time.
On the move, I am always connected. Keeps me up to date. I feel connected when I'm listening.
Let's roll.
Let's talk about it.
You're listening to Let's Talk About It Sunday. This program was pre-recorded, so we are not able to take live calls on today's show. Let's Talk About It Sunday airs every Sunday morning at 6:30 on AM 1470 and Sunday nights at 11 on 104.3 FM. And now, once again, let's talk about it.
Now, Hailey, you are competing in the States now.
Yes.
And that is going to be June 30th and then July 1st and 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
Are you excited?
I am so excited, but I cannot lie. I am a little nervous.
All right. Well, being nervous is part of, just being human and actually stepping up to it. So that's cool.
Absolutely. I heard Miss Washington's teen say, if you're not nervous, then you don't care about it.
Yeah.
Because it is a huge opportunity and a wonderful one at that. And I'm so excited.
Well, are you more nervous for that or more nervous for this interview? Probably that.
Probably that.
That's okay. And then Madeline, your competition isn't until later. It's July 10th, 11th, and 12th. Are you excited?
I am very, very excited, and I'm also a little nervous. But of course, I should be nervous because it's such a big opportunity, and it shows I care, just like Hailey said.
Are you going to do the same talent? Or are you going to try to change it up? What are you going to do?
I am doing the same talent.
Yeah,
because
just
I feel
better.
like exactly, just
Right.
better, more power,
Yeah.
more emotion. Because I feel like other people deserve to hear it, and I feel like it's a great message.
Yeah.
So,
What do you do to prepare for it? Do you just practice your talent and your walk, or how do you prepare for that?
preparing for my
For the
talent,
state, yeah, for everything.
Everything. A lot of practice, a lot of repeating, a lot of walking in heels. Because a lot of them are really tiny stilettos, and it is very difficult, and I'm surprised I haven't broken my ankle yet. But
Boy, don't I know that. Just kidding. But, I mean, it's super cool. I mean, I can't imagine how. Where are you going? Where's the state?
It's in Olympia,
so it's
which
not
is
far.
so nice. It's such a blessing.
Yeah. And you'll probably take lots of cool pictures at the Capitol and all
Yes.
over. So that'll be neat. And so, Hailey, is yours over in Olympia at the Capitol as well?
Yes, they're both in the same spot.
Yeah. And so that's easy then.
Yes.
And then do they match you up with another Miss Lewis County teen, or Miss Lewis County, a Miss teen somewhere from around the state?
No, but they do for the Miss.
For the Miss.
Mhm.
So you get to go home.
Oh, I get to stay at a hotel, but I'll be staying with my chaperone.
Oh, all right. But you, the Misses, you will be with another Miss.
Yes, I will be. I have a roommate. It's Miss Spokane. I absolutely love her. I'm so excited to hang out with her and hang out with all the other girls.
But you want to
and
beat her,
build
though. I
community.
mean, not
Of
beat
course.
her, but you want to do your best.
Yes.
Right? Because you don't compete
My
with each other.
110%. Yep.
Yeah, we're not going to get
No.
we're just going to be like, I'm going to do my best, and if I win, I
And
win.
if it's God's plan, it's God's plan.
It is, and that's awesome. And for those who are new to the Miss Lewis County Scholarship Program, I encourage you not only to listen to the show and share it, but go to misslewiscounty.com because you can get the application, because I think the application is due sometime in December, right?
Yeah.
But you can go online now and learn a little bit more about some of the things that, you might need to prepare for.
Of course.
'Cause
I think there's also, you get to keep up with us on the website as well. And you kind of get to learn what's in store if you were to run.
Right.
for
And
next year.
and it's 18 to 27, no older than 27.
Yes.
And then the teen age is 14 to 17.
Correct.
And you just have to be a resident of Lewis County, right? Well, and a bunch of other stuff.
Yes, or a bunch of other
Oh,
stuff.
I'm looking through this whole list. I'm like, I read the first two and then skipped. And that's how I do it. So lawyerly of me just to skip through it. Madeline, tell me if one thing that maybe a parent, a grandparent, or even a potential young woman between 18 and 26 who may want to be Miss Lewis County, what would be some advice that you would give them? Because they have a number of months to make the decision to apply. But what would you say to them if they were considering it?
My advice would be to push yourself and go for it. And you don't, this is going to sound funny, but you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And I'm sure people are going to laugh when I say that because it's a little cringy, but it's true.
It's not cringy. I tell my son that in soccer all the time.
That's what pushed me to run this year. I wasn't planning on running again this year, but with a tremendous amount of support and talking with my mom, I figured I always wanted to push myself more. And I said, I'm going to push myself to do it again. And if I don't win, it's okay. And it's not the end of the world. And I tried, and I knew I was going to gain something from this experience. So I would push everybody to try. And if you don't win, it's okay. But you gain so much from even running in the program.
Well, because you learn so many life skills, how to public speaking,
interview,
stage fright. You kind of get rid of that. So, I mean, lifelong skills outside of just wearing the crown.
100%.
Yeah. What about you, Hailey? I mean, what advice would you give? You know, you get a young girl who is considering running, kind of on the fence. Maybe the parents are on the fence of letting them. What advice would you give her? What would you tell them of why they should run?
Well, it's a big responsibility. So I would tell them to believe in themselves, because I find myself at different points in the day saying, I believe in you, or I got this, or it's all right. So I think just having the confidence that it is a wonderful opportunity, and you gain not only just scholarships, but like Madeline said, the ability to present yourself and meet these wonderful women who have done so much for their community and have found their passion. And just thinking about who I was when I first started going into pageants, and now I have grown absolutely, like, astronomically, because I have found what I love to do. When I was lost, and going into this program, it has helped me like find myself and help other women and people find themselves too.
Yeah. And passing on a great message. I mean, together, you're a 1-2 punch for nutrition, blue zones, helping move our county and the residents of it forward in a healthier way, right? And that's
Absolutely.
great.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's one thing that you could accomplish or you want to do, what would it be before your reign ends and you pass on the crown?
I want everyone to know a place that they can go if they don't have access to food. Because I know a lot of people who rely on assistance to get food, and if they have the resources to find healthy and nutritious food that they can cook meals with, and they can learn how food helps their body sustain itself, I think that's what I want to leave my mark in, because I want everyone to be able to cook for themselves and find different ways to have healthy and nutritious meals that are also delicious.
Yeah, and I think that starts with our kids and our students, and making sure they understand nutrition and make sure they have a healthy meal so they can study, and our seniors, especially because it's about preventative medicine and making sure that they can afford food, and where they can get a good healthy meal. And I think you've got a great message.
Absolutely.
All right, Madeline, what about you? What would you want folks to, or what do you want to accomplish or let people know before your reign ends and the sash goes to another?
I would love for people to understand that having and creating a healthy life, you can start small. And big changes or small changes over time make big changes. Yeah. And like for me, I've start working out, and then like I start walking and just moving my body, and it's already helped me so much. And I've been doing that within the last couple months, and it's already changed so much. So I just want to kind of promote that small changes make big changes eventually with consistency.
Well, and a lot of times the big changes are too daunting, so people don't start them because they're afraid of it, right?
Definitely.
And so small changes make big differences. Well, Hailey and Madeline, thank you for being here. You are amazing ambassadors, not only for the Miss Lewis County Scholarship Program, but for all of us here in Lewis County. And I want to thank you for serving and stepping up and doing it in an amazing way.
Thank you so much, Peter.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having us, Peter. I had a wonderful time.
Yeah, me too. That was awesome. And thank you for tuning in to the Let's Talk About It show here on AM 1470 KELA, or maybe you're streaming at KELAAM.com, and be sure to go to MissLewisCounty.com, learn more about the program. If you have a business or you want to sponsor, you want to learn more about the program, maybe you have somebody who wants to participate in the program, go to MissLewisCounty.com and learn more. And thank you again for tuning in to the Let's Talk About It show. And I'm your host, Peter Abbarno.
From the KELA